We haven't seen Call of Duty visit World War II since a single level in 2010's Call of Duty Black Ops, and it hasn't been a full game since 2008's Call of Duty World at War. After nearly a decade, fans finally get a return with Call of Duty World War II. With the multiplayer beta now available, I've dived in to see if things are going well for the series. Does Call of Duty World War II bring players a good time, or is there still work to do? When you start the beta up, you'll be asked to join one of 5 divisions: American Infantry, American Airborne, Royal British Armoured Division, Canadian Mountain Division, or the French Resistance. Each division has special skills and weapons available for them. For example, Infantry gets bayonets that can hold more magazines, while Resistance members get incendiary shotgun shells and can loot grenades from dead enemies. There's no pick 10 or create a class system this time around. You get a primary weapon you put attachments on, a secondary weapon, a grenade, and a single perk. To unlock more items, you need to reach the proper rank and gather tokens to spend on unlocking them once you're there. You can also pick up to 3 score streaks to bring to battle, which lets you do things like call for recon aircraft, get Molotov cocktails, or order an artillery barrage if you play well. There's also some light character customization available, but it's as basic as selecting between one of 5 default faces. The beta has 5 modes to play. You have the classic Team Deathmatch, Domination, and Hardpoints all returning from previous entry. Mosh Pit is also available, which just randomly switches between modes. Most interesting is the return of the long-missing War mode, which has been changed up to be a series of objectives on a special map, almost like a game of Overwatch. In the one War map available, you'll be breaking into an enemy HQ, rebuilding a bridge, destroying supplies, and escorting a tank to take out anti-air guns. While I really love the idea of War mode, I came to not enjoy playing it. In fact, I really came to not enjoy playing Call of Duty World War II as a whole. The most obvious problem that really stuck out came from the game's netcode. I often felt like I was making little teleport jumps as I moved, and at least one bayonet attack was ruined because I charged inside of a building, then suddenly teleported outside and hit a wall. I was worried this may be a me problem, but a quick check on the Call of Duty World War II subreddit saw this as one of the most consistent complaints. When the game wasn't horribly lagging, I was getting quickscoped or gunned down by a submachine gun. Specifically, the Commonwealth Sniper and the Type 100 submachine gun. Both weapons seem almost ridiculously overpowered compared to every weapon available in the beta. Depending on the map, it felt like one of those 2 weapons would dominate over every other weapon. It doesn't help that the other weapons just feel weak. Rifles like both the M1941 and the M1 Garand felt absolutely pathetic in my hands, like they were missing all the kick they should have. The whole light machine gun section of the weapon menu may as well be ignored, and shotguns felt good but were still outclassed. This lack of feedback and oomph also apply to the rest of the game as well. Sprinting times feel drastically reduced, and I was constantly slamming the sprint button until my finger hurts. Score streaks suffered as well. If you can manage to get past the increased score requirement to earn one, your reward just isn't that exciting. Paratroopers are hilariously weak, getting stuck on objects and cut down by even the weakest players, while destructive kill streaks don't quite have the same feel as they did in the last few games. Speaking of the last few games, it's going to feel weird to say this, but I actually miss crazy movements and future equipment. Sure, having your boots on the ground may slow down the gameplay, but there was some real joy in chaining together wall runs, double jumps, getting a drop on the enemy, and acquiring a strange futuristic laser weapon. All that joy is just sapped away in this year's entry. That's not to say Call of Duty World War II's multiplayer is a total bust, but it's sure not as entertaining as I'd hope. The weapons need rebalancing, the netcode needs to be fixed before launch. Hopefully Sledgehammer Games can pull together a few fixes before release, but I'm not convinced at the moment that the multiplayer would draw new players to the franchise.